Hey everybody, it's the Review Revolution, back at you again with the next in the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Modok series, the Thor Buster Iron Man. That's right. See? He's everywhere. Oh, Bullethead, he's everywhere. And in this case, so far, just kind of to count off, we've got the thruster to Modok, his legs, his control panel, and now we're getting to the right arm of Modok, which leaves two more figures, and then the big reveal of the big guy. Not sure how excited I am about that. But collect all 6 Modok series figures and build your own Modok. The Thor Buster Iron Man includes diorama, 32-page comic, superposable 32 points of articulation, and it looks like it's the Invincible Iron Man back there. So that'll be interesting to see. On the pack, we see the other figures that are in the wave. Of course, here we have the Thor Buster Iron Man with his variant, Moon Knight, who's still yet to come, Captain Marvel and his variant, Wasp and her 2 variants, Spider-Woman and Julia Carpenter variant, and of course, so far my favorite, big old Beta Ray Bill. Very awesome. And as you can see, there is Modok all finished. Toy Biz. Here we have a picture of the Thor Buster armor, and you know, considering how many different versions, Hulk Buster, Thor Buster, Buster, Blockbuster, whatever Buster armor Tony Stark has, Toy Biz will never run out of figures to make on him. Never. But gravely injured by an act of industrial sabotage, billionaire genius Tony Stark saved his own life by designing a self-sustaining shell, the high-tech armor that is the Invincible Iron Man. Inspired to create a type of armor for every eventuality, no kidding, Stark looked to one of the most indomitable of allies, the mighty Thor. Similar to Thor's enchanted hammer, Iron Man's Thor Buster armor is fueled by Asgardian magic. So, no arc reactor on that one. As invincible as his original design, and mystically powered enough to defeat the Thunder God himself. And of course, there's his stats. You may pause as necessary. But I have to say, it's funny. You know, in this wave, we get Thor Buster Iron Man, we get Beta Ray Bill, but we don't get a Thor. I mean, Captain Marvel's cool, and I always like Moon Knight, but really, either one of them could have been dumped in favor of Thor, let's face it. I'd say keep the ladies, but either one of these two guys could have gotten dumped, and let's go ahead and keep the Thor theme going. But that's just a quick look at Iron Man, the Thor Buster Iron Man in his pack. We'll take a moment, pop him open, have some fun, so be right back. Alright, welcome back. I was really ready to say this is crap, and mainly because of just one reason that you could see through the pack. That as soon as I got him, I was like, oh no, and that's how cross-eyed he looks. I mean, this is how Tony looks after he's had his pounding from Thor. Or maybe while he's getting his pounding from Thor, but whatever the case is, I mean the look on it, I mean that's just messed up. I mean, and if the face wasn't so prominent, you know, the fact that he's unmasked among all the rest of the armor, yeah, you might be able to kind of overlook it, but the face is just out there. And when you get a close look, you're like, man, what happened to Tony? That's just... I'm sorry. But, yeah, that is taking so much away from the character. From a profile, it actually looks pretty good. Either profile, either one. It actually doesn't look too bad. But when you look straight onto the face, man, he just got messed up. he's been knocked around a little too much. The paint job, for the most part, it's actually pretty good. You know, when you look inside, not too bad in the way of paint application issues. As a matter of fact, it's pretty good considering, you know, his mustache is done well, his eyebrows are good. You know, it's just that, you know, the eyebrows actually aren't lined up. You know, one eyebrow is slightly raised, and together with that one eye kind of going a little cross-eyed, he just looks knocked around. He just looks like he's been beat up. The rest of the figure, the rest of the figure, you can see here on the back, they did start using kind of the metallic paints here, and on the torso you can see lots of little scratches and wear marks and chips. So no question about it, you know, the metallic gold that they used, yep, showing all the problems that metallic has. But they kind of dumped the paint, and did the legs and the arms in that goldish kind of plastic that Nova's helmet has, and Beta Ray Bill's hammer has, which I've never been a fond of. I would almost see. I'm kind of torn between saying do the armors even with the metallic paint, despite the fact they're going to have a few chips and a few wear marks in them, versus using this. It's not terrible, and I may be just very picky about it, but I don't know, I've never been a fan of this kind of plastic. Though I have to say, you know, it's not too bad. The red, there's a few overpaint applications here and there, but for the most part, you know, being a mass-produced figure, you know, just something for store shelves, big box store shelves, it's not bad. It really isn't. The sculpt, now, one thing I like about the sculpt, I guess, well, let me say this first. The articulation on the head does go up and down, side to side. See, it's actually got the yellow pin in there, which I thought was kind of funny. The arms come up, twist of the bicep, double joint at the elbow, and like on the leg here in a minute, they actually very nicely hit the seam for the twist on the wrist or on the glove. I like that. I like when they can hide things. That's really nice. He has a hinge on the wrist and on the fingers. Okay. He has kind of a plastic piece, like an armor piece on the front, kind of builds up the top. And with the larger top, and again the real small face, the larger the Iron Man armor is, the more unrealistic it is to make his face visible, because it just looks like he's not fitting right. Again, it may just be me. He does have the crunch at the abs, nicely sculpted six-pack abs. Twist of the waist, legs come up, out, bend at the knee at 2 points. Again, nicely concealed twist at the boot, hinge at the foot, and at the toe. So, as much as I was ready to not like this figure, I do like him. I think he's actually pretty nice. Particularly after you've put his mask on and covered up his face, he actually looks really nice. It's actually a really good Iron Man figure. So, you know, I wouldn't call it a fail. I wouldn't call it a win. I call it a draw. I'd say that if you're an Iron Man fan, you probably want to get him. He's actually really cool. Even if you're not necessarily an Iron Man fan, but you're a Marvel fan, if you already have an Iron Man that you're happy with, if you get the chance to pick this one up, I think that you may be happy. You may be pleasantly surprised. I certainly was. On the back of the car, or on the card, he comes with the diorama scene, which, you know, make what you will of that. Comes with the Invincible Iron Man standoff, part 2 of 3. Not surprisingly, where he's busting up Thor. Get it? Thor Buster? Uh-huh. It's part 2 of 3, and I mentioned before about those kind of mid-story points. Oops, stand up, Tony. It's the first appearance of the Thor Buster armor, so I can understand why they put it in, but I don't know. I think I would have liked to see part 1. You know, maybe gotten me a little more interested in what the story actually was. Okay. Oops. Everybody's falling over. Lastly, we do have the arm of Modok, which all hollowed out here. That'll be filled out with his head pretty soon. But we've got Modok's arm. But that's taking a look at the Thor Buster Iron Man. Overall, again, I give him maybe a 6, maybe a 3.5. This has been the Review Revolution saying rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.